Stop. Don't scroll. This is not for everyone. This is for you. If you're watching this right now, it's not by accident. God has interrupted your day for a reason. Something is about to shift in your life, but only if you listen carefully. Close the noise. Focus, because what you're about to hear may change everything. There are moments in life that feel ordinary on the surface, but in the spiritual realm, they carry deep significance. Right now is one of those moments. You may think you randomly clicked on this message, that it just appeared in your feed like everything else. But what if it didn't? What if this exact moment was designed, orchestrated, and timed by God to reach you when you needed it most? God often works through what we call interruptions. A sudden pause in your routine, a message that catches your attention, a feeling that tells you to stop and listen. These are not coincidences. They are divine signals. When God wants to speak, He doesn't always wait for perfect conditions. He steps into your everyday life and disrupts it in a way that makes you notice. Because sometimes, it's only in interruption that we truly pay attention. Think about your life lately. Have you felt a pull to slow down? A sense that something is shifting, even if you can't fully explain it? Maybe things haven't been going as planned. Doors that you expected to open have stayed closed. People you relied on have stepped back. Plans have been delayed. It's easy to interpret these moments as setbacks. But what if they are actually setups? When God interrupts your plans, it's not to harm you. It's to redirect you. You may be focused on one path, but God sees a bigger picture. He knows what's ahead, what needs to be removed, and what needs to be aligned. His interruption is protection. His redirection is preparation. The problem is, many people ignore these moments. They brush them off, scroll past them, or distract themselves to avoid thinking deeply. But those who are chosen, those who are meant for something greater, feel something different. They pause. They sense that this is not random. They realize that God is trying to get their attention. Right now, you are being invited into that awareness. God is saying, stop for a moment. Listen closely. I am speaking to you. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. This is how transformation begins. Not with loud announcements or dramatic signs, but with quiet, intentional moments where God reaches into your life and calls you to pay attention. It's in these moments that clarity starts to form. Direction begins to shift. Faith starts to grow. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to understand the full plan. All you need to do is recognize that this moment matters, that this interruption has purpose, that God is closer than you think, working in ways you cannot yet see. So instead of ignoring this moment, lean into it. Instead of dismissing it, receive it. Because this could be the very moment that changes your direction, strengthens your faith, and sets you on the path you were always meant to walk. There are seasons in life when everything begins to feel different. The connections you once depended on start to fade. The environments that once felt comfortable begin to feel unfamiliar. You may even notice that your circle is getting smaller, your conversations are changing, and your desire for certain things is no longer the same. It can feel confusing, even lonely at times. But what you are experiencing is not abandonment, it is preparation. When God is about to elevate your life, He often begins by isolating you. This kind of isolation is not meant to harm you. It is designed to protect and develop you. Because the truth is, you cannot step into a higher calling while holding on to everything from your old season. Some relationships, habits, and distractions cannot go where God is taking you. And instead of forcing you to let go, God gradually removes those things for you. At first, it doesn't feel good. It feels like loss. It feels like being left behind. You may question why certain people have walked away or why certain opportunities didn't work out. But what you don't see is that God is clearing space. He is creating room in your life for something greater. Isolation is where your strength is built. When you are surrounded by noise, opinions, and constant validation from others, it becomes difficult to hear God clearly. But when He pulls you into a quieter place, away from distractions, your spiritual senses begin to sharpen. You start to recognize His voice. You begin to understand His direction. And most importantly, you learn to depend on Him instead of people. This is where true growth happens. In isolation, your character is refined. Your patience is tested. Your faith is stretched. You are forced to confront yourself, your fears, your doubts, your weaknesses. And while that process can be uncomfortable, it is necessary. Because elevation without preparation leads to destruction. God will never place you in a position that your character cannot sustain. So he works on you in private before he reveals you in public. Think of it like this. A foundation is always built underground, hidden from view. No one celebrates it. No one applauds it. But without it, the structure above cannot stand. In the same way, your isolated season is your foundation. It may not look impressive to others, but it is critical for what is coming next. You are not being left out. You are being set apart. There is a difference. Being left out feels like rejection, but being set apart is intentional. It means God has chosen to separate you for a purpose. It means he sees something in you worth developing, worth protecting, worth elevating. So if you feel alone right now, don't rush to escape it. Don't try to fill the silence with distractions. Embrace this season. Lean into it. Because this is where God is doing his deepest work in you. And when the time is right, when the preparation is complete, when your foundation is strong, God will bring you out of isolation and into elevation. And when he does, you will understand why the separation was necessary all along. There are times in life when everything feels heavy at once. You feel pressure from every direction, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually. Plans don't work out the way you expected. Doors close without explanation. You try to move forward, but something keeps resisting you. In those moments, it's easy to believe that something is going wrong, that you're being held back, or even punished. But what if the pressure you're feeling is not meant to break you, but to position you? Pressure is often a sign that something is shifting beneath the surface. Think about how diamonds are formed. They are created under intense pressure over time. Without that pressure, they would never become what they are meant to be. In the same way, the pressure you're experiencing right now is shaping you into something stronger, more refined, and more valuable than before. It is not comfortable, but it is necessary. When God is preparing you for a new level, he allows pressure to enter your life to develop qualities that cannot grow in ease. Strength does not come from comfort. Patience does not grow when everything is instant. Faith does not deepen when everything is predictable. These things are built in moments where you are stretched beyond your limits. You may feel confused because things are not happening the way you planned. Opportunities you were sure about didn't work out. People you trusted may have disappointed you. You might even feel like you're moving backward instead of forward. But what you don't see is that God is rearranging things behind the scenes. Closed doors are not always rejection. They are often redirection. God sees what you cannot see. He knows which paths will lead to growth and which ones will lead to regret. So when he closes a door, even one you really wanted, it is not to deny you. It is to guide you towards something better. The pressure you feel in those moments is the tension between where you are and where you are meant to be. It's a sign that you are in transition. During this process, it's important not to lose your perspective. Pressure can either push you closer to God or pull you away from him. It can make you stronger or make you give up. The difference lies in how you respond. If you begin to see pressure as part of your preparation, your mindset shifts. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What is this teaching me?" And that question changes everything. Because now, you're not just enduring the pressure, you're growing through it. You're becoming more aware, more resilient, more aligned with your purpose. You begin to trust that even when things don't make sense, there is a greater plan unfolding. You are not being crushed, you are being shaped. Every delay, every challenge, every moment of uncertainty is part of a bigger process that is positioning you for what's ahead. And one day, you will look back and realize that the pressure you once feared was actually the very thing that prepared you for your breakthrough. So don't run from it. Don't resist it. Stand firm in it. Because this pressure is not your end, it is your preparation. There is something powerful about realizing that your life is not random, that you are not here by accident, not just existing without direction, but intentionally created for a purpose. Yet many people struggle to believe this about themselves. They look at their flaws, their past mistakes, their weaknesses, and they convince themselves that they are not worthy of anything greater. But being chosen has never been about perfection. It has always been about purpose. God does not choose people based on how flawless they are. He chooses based on what he has placed inside them. You may not feel strong. You may not feel qualified. In fact, there are moments when you feel completely unprepared for anything significant. But that does not disqualify you. It actually aligns with how God works. Time and time again, He chooses those who feel inadequate to accomplish extraordinary things. Because when the outcome comes, there is no confusion about where the strength came from. It came from Him. There is a unique calling on your life, something that only you can fulfill in the way you were designed to. It may not look like anyone else's journey. It may not follow a predictable path, and that's why it can feel uncertain at times. You may find yourself comparing your progress to others, wondering why your life isn't unfolding the same way. But comparison will always distract you from your assignment. What is meant for you is specific to you. Being chosen means there is something within you that the world needs. Your voice, your perspective, your strength, your story. Even the things you've been through, the struggles you wish never happened, are part of shaping that purpose. Nothing is wasted. Every experience is adding depth, understanding, and strength to who you are becoming. But here's the challenge. When you are chosen, there will also be resistance. Doubt will try to convince you that you're not enough. Fear will try to keep you from stepping forward. People may misunderstand you or question your path. And sometimes, the greatest resistance comes from within, your own thoughts telling you to stay small, to play safe, to avoid risk. But you cannot step into your calling while staying in your comfort zone. There comes a moment where you have to decide whether you will believe what you feel or believe what God has already declared over your life. Because purpose requires faith. It requires you to move even when you don't feel ready, to trust even when you don't have all the answers. You don't need to see the entire path. You just need to take the next step. Being chosen also means being responsible. It's not just about what you receive, but what you do with it. The gifts, talents, and opportunities placed in your life are not meant to stay hidden. They are meant to be used, developed, and shared. And yes, it may feel overwhelming at times. But remember this, if God has called you, He will equip you. You are not expected to do it alone. His strength will meet you in your weakness. His guidance will lead you when you feel lost. His presence will sustain you when things become difficult. So instead of questioning your worth, start embracing your calling. Instead of focusing on your limitations, start trusting His plan. Because you are not ordinary. You are chosen for a purpose. There is something deeply challenging about waiting, especially when you've been praying, believing, and holding on for so long without seeing clear results. You begin to wonder if anything is really changing. You question whether your efforts matter. You ask yourself if what you're hoping for will ever actually happen. And in those quiet moments, doubt tries to settle in. But what you cannot see does not mean nothing is happening. One of the greatest truths you need to hold on to is this. Just because something hasn't appeared in your life, yet doesn't mean it isn't already in motion. There are processes happening behind the scenes that you are not aware of. Things are being arranged, aligned, and prepared in ways that go beyond your understanding. And while it may feel like delay, it is actually development. Your breakthrough is not as far away as it seems. The problem is, we often measure progress by what we can see. If nothing changes externally, we assume nothing is changing at all. But real transformation often begins internally. Your mindset is shifting. Your patience is growing. Your faith is being strengthened. These changes may not be visible to others, but they are essential for what's coming next. Because when the moment arrives, you need to be ready to handle it. If everything you asked for showed up too early, before you were prepared, it could overwhelm you instead of blessing you. That's why timing matters. God doesn't just care about giving you what you want. He cares about making sure you can sustain it. So while you're waiting, He is working on you just as much as He is working on your situation. This is where faith becomes crucial. Faith is not just believing when things are going well. It's trusting even when nothing makes sense. It's continuing to move forward when there is no clear evidence that you're getting closer. It's choosing to believe that what you asked for is already on its way, even if you cannot see it yet. And this kind of faith changes how you wait. Instead of waiting with frustration, you begin to wait with expectation. Instead of feeling stuck, you begin to feel prepared. You start to carry yourself differently, speak differently, think differently, because deep down, you know something is about to shift. You are not waiting in vain. Every moment of patience is building something in you. Every day you choose not to give up is strengthening your resilience. Every time you hold onto hope despite uncertainty, you are moving closer to your breakthrough. And often, the biggest shift happens suddenly. After a long season of waiting, things can change in a single moment. One opportunity, one connection, one decision can completely alter your direction. What once felt impossible becomes reality faster than you expected. And when that moment comes, you will realize that all the waiting was not wasted. It was necessary. So don't lose your focus now. You've come too far to give up at this stage. You've endured too much to turn back. What you've been praying for, believing in, and working toward is closer than you think. Stay ready. Stay consistent. Stay faithful. Because your breakthrough is not behind you. It's right in front of you, waiting for the perfect moment to appear.